Why are you so high? Why are you short? Honestly. There we go. That's good. Okay, we're happier now. We're happier now. Why chord was saying that? Have to go the hard way and click on things. Hi, it's Monday. Welcome back. You made it. I made it. We made it. We're very happy about having made it here. How are you all? It is in fact Monday, which means that I have an excuse to play. Here it goes, here it goes, here it goes again. Yeah, here it goes again. I should've known, should've known, should've known again. Oh, here it goes again. Oh, here it goes. Here it goes. Oh, here it goes again. This chord just hates me. Again. There it is. There we go. That is that chord that doesn't like me is A flat. Which is weird, because that's A, but to do an A flat, you have to put all this effort into it. Of course, G. There we go. But yes, we are here. And I have not just one new song, like it says up there, I actually have two. Well, one new song that I wrote, and one new song that was proposed to me that I am clearly doing because I am a glutton for punishment. Absolutely. The first song that I am doing, weirdly enough, is one that is once again inspired by the internet. And I saw this I saw this article, and it immediately said, I need to do a song about this, because the song and the subject matter is the world's oldest edible ham. This is an actual thing. This is an actual... I found it on Atlas Obscura. If you look up the world's oldest edible ham, you will actually find it on roadsideamerica.com. There is a food museum in the Isle of Wight County Museum in Smithfield, Virginia, which is the oldest documented, still considered to be edible, ham. 118 years old. And apparently the whole story behind it is that it was cured and then lost for a while and then found in the storeroom, and Pembroke D. Gwaltney Jr. decided that as a demonstration and testament to the curing prowess of Gwaltney Foods, he put a tag on this thing, dubbed it his pet ham, and took it to fairs and festivals throughout the general area to promote his food. But I saw the world's oldest edible ham, and my brain went, the world's oldest. So I did write this. Yes, according to reports, it's a bit gamey right now, but it is technically anything is edible if you're motivated. No, everything is edible once. As long as it's not... Amy has a point. As long as it's not poisonous. Well, technically anything is edible once, if by that you mean you can eat it. Eat it and survive, that's a whole nother thing. Let's see. The world's oldest edible ham, a token of how things could be. The world's oldest edible ham, we could eat it, but should we? In 1902, down at Waltney Foods, a ham was lost in the cooler. 2 decades did pass with it offsetting gas, and Pembroke declared it the ruler. It's the world's oldest edible ham, a token of how things could be. The world's oldest edible ham, we could eat it, but should we? He colored that ham and said, well, my man, you're gonna be my pet creation. I'll take you to fairs, and under my care, there'll be a grand ham celebration. Featuring the world's oldest edible ham, a token of how things could be. The world's oldest edible ham, we could eat it, but should we? Out in Old Virginia, this ham sits in livery, along with the world's oldest peanut. Though it looks the samey, it's probably quite gamey, but people pay money to see it. Why? It's the world's oldest edible ham, a token of how things should be. The world's oldest edible ham, we could eat it, but should we? Probably not. There we are, the world's oldest edible ham, yet another in a fine series of songs about dubious food from Tobias the Adequate and the Troubadork Show, where the K stands for quality. Absolutely. No, it is in fact the world's oldest. It's actually made from pig. Genuine pig product. Not from a named pig. That would be weird. It's already weird enough. Now, the best part about all of this is that the museum in which this ham right here lives has it in a display case, and there is a webcam on the website for this museum. There is a ham cam. Y'all, if those of you who are familiar with me and the way that my brain works know there's already a artisanal gibberish piece in process. I want for the record to say, I did not want to write it. My lovely wife, out there, now looking smug, said I should. For the record. Yeah, just in case it moves. Yeah, whoa, Black Betty, ham a cam. Whoa, Black Betty, ham a cam. Black Betty got a can. Never mind. But anyway, truly going to heck here. What is my next song? Jeez. Oh yeah. Another thing happened. As long as the hands doesn't have. Whoa, Black Betty, OnlyFans. No, JD, don't encourage me. It will get worse. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna end up doing a Black Betty ham song, and it's probably partially my fault, because this is the way that my brain works. Welcome to my brain. Yes. She enables me and encourages me, but she also does pull me back from the brink, which is why there is a no fire on the husband anymore rule. Which is another story, which I will talk about later. I do want to talk about something that did happen this morning at approximately 1 a.m. Yeah, I actually have a song called Ham on on my SoundCloud.com account, which is literally, it's ham. That's the entirety of the lyrics is ham. I can't play it here because I actually was one of my first experiments in recording multi-tracks, and yeah, it's you can hear it later. You can go listen to it afterwards. But I do want to talk about a thing that happened this morning. Approximately 1 o'clock is one of my coworkers was diagnosed with COVID. So we reported this to the safety officer, and they shut down the company office here in San Antonio for 2 weeks and sent everybody home and said, hey, be careful. Now, my personal exposure to this coworker was very brief, about 10 minutes. We were both wearing masks. We were both keeping distance. So the risk is very minimal. But we'll keep it. This is the second time I've been told to stay home because I was exposed to somebody who was... Anyway. So I'm a little grumpy about that. And I figured the best way to turn this grumpiness... Yeah, we had 3 days between. That's the best part of it right there. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to channel that rage into a mournful country song, because, well, what else are you going to do with it? I actually do have there is actually a death metal song in regard to this called Plague Rat, which is on the Thud Bucket album, which I will probably talk about later, which is also very fun and therapeutic. It has in it the phrase, I'm so angry I can't even rhyme, which is often the case in a situation like this. Yeah. Thank you for not dying, Richard. I have a vested interest in your continued existence, regardless of whether or not you're on my Patreon. So the next one I'm going to do is going to be song number 2 on the list, which is, of course, Socially Emotionally Distant. I'm so looking forward to him going full-time as a network guy, and I can actually hire and train someone to do the job. How am I going to put this properly? This song was inspired by Stephen Bruce. He gave me the opening line of the chorus. Well, thank you. Appreciate that a great deal. Now, meanwhile... I wanna take you in my arms and never let you leave. But in the interim, I am still coughing in my sleeve. My desire to have you by my side is much more than endemic, and I'd do so much more if 'twere not for this here damn pandemic. I wish that we could be more than just friends. Ask me again if COVID ever ends. Till then I'm socially, emotionally distant. I can't get that strum in there. That's alright. I'm longing for your comforts, growing stronger every day. But what else can it do with us 6 feet or more away? The hunger for your touch, my love, is just short of outrageous. But we can't snog, 'cause one or both of us might be contagious. I wish that we could be more than just friends. Ask me again if COVID ever ends. Till then I'm socially, emotionally distant. You ask me, can we meet again? I know it spells my doom. I'll do my best, but I can't pet your backside on the Zoom. Technology is really grand, but it's all doomed to fail. For the things I want to give to you, I simply can't email. I wish that we could be more than just friends. Ask me again if COVID ever ends. Till then I'm socially, emotionally distant. I listen to your voicemail and I long for your embrace. It's not the same with 6 layers of cloth from face to face. When this is over, you and I can frolic with impunity. I don't think we can wait till we develop herd immunity. I wish we could be more than just friends. Ask me again if COVID ever ends. Till then I'm socially, emotionally distant. You send me pics and movies all intending to entice. Well, that's fine, but I have to heed the CDC's advice. I want to stampede to your side, but what else can I do? 'Cause you and I both know it's something much more than the flu. Where'd this draw come from? I wish that we could be more than just friends. Ask me again when COVID ever ends. Till then, I'm socially, emotionally distant. But now the time I fear has come for us to say adieu. I hope that you will love me still when this damn plague is through. I wait for that one special day our love is celebrated. But for your safety and for mine, we'd best keep separated. I wish we could be more than just friends. Ask me again when this damn thing comes in. Till then, I'm socially, emotionally distant. Well, Richard, in regard to that, I think it's also a bit of an ironic twist. I came up with the phrase socially, emotionally distant. It's like, well, clearly this is going to be the name of the song, and it just worked into it, and it's kind of like an enforced emotional distancing. So it's metaphorical, to quote Taserface. The next thing I'm gonna do is one that I have to blame Kay for, because Kay brought it to my attention. And Kay brought it to my attention, and then I had to do it. Now, the thing about this next song is it is, in fact, it's a folk song, and it's a lovely folk song, and it's a startlingly long folk song, which has been edited. The first time I ever encountered it was actually on The Muppet Show, when The Muppet Show was running in heavy syndication on UHF channels throughout North Texas, long time ago, before many of you were born. Remember, kids? I am going to attempt to do this properly, and I'm going to fail miserably, but I'm going to give it what they call the old army try. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to get the verses, and I'm going to throw them into something, because I was looking at it, and there's actually one more verse in here. Oh, just chill. In here than there is in the performance done by the Muppets. And in this case, there was actually 3 Muppets, and it was basically Jim Henson, Frank Oz, and I can't remember the other one, which is embarrassing, but there it is. So we'll see what we can do with this. This is all live pre-production as we speak, right here at the Troubadork show, because if we don't know what we're doing, that's not going to stop us, really. Let's be completely frank about that. Well, yeah, close enough for government. It's very true. It's very close enough for government work. It's one of them things where I could, in theory, have done this all earlier, but would you actually expect that of me? Probably. But as we know from the sacred disclaimer, I am not very good at this. So I think that is probably the answer here is. So what I'm going to do is take that. And the other thing that's making this interesting is I am in fact doing this without my computer glasses on. So I can just barely make out the words. Which is even better. Because, you know, there we go. I think we got it. I'll just pull that out that way, pull that out that way, and we're going to call it fairly good. Okay, I see. Wow, this song is really much longer than I thought it was. Editing live on the fly. We're editing flies? Yes, we're editing flies. Why do you ask? Shut up. Alright, we'll do a thing. We'll try this out. Preparation is for the week. Alright, we'll try this and we'll see how it goes, and if it fails miserably, it's not entirely my fault. How about that? That works. Zoom out. God, that's so tiny. Such tiny letters. All right. Oh. Darn UK. You made me do a thing. Fine. Fine. Okay. Change the title, you fool. Let's give us... Oh, by the way, since I heard this on the Muppets, I'm only going to be able to sing the song sounding like Jim Henson. I started on a journey about a year ago. There it is. I started on a journey about... Sorry. Wow, this is even worse. So we're going to go back to the actual text here, and we're going to say, screw it. We're going to try for it and see what happens. There it is. Yeah. I started on a journey about a year ago to a little town called Morrow in the state of Ohio. I'd never been much of a traveler, and I really didn't know that Morrow was the hardest place I'd ever try to go. So I went down to the station and got a ticket and applied for tips regarding Morrow, not expecting to be guide. Said I, my friend, I'd like to go tomorrow and return no later than tomorrow, for I haven't time to burn. Said he to me, now let me see if I have heard you right. You'd like to go tomorrow and return tomorrow night. You should have gone tomorrow, yesterday, and back today, for the train that goes tomorrow is a mile upon its way. If you had gone tomorrow, yesterday, now don't you see, you could have been on tomorrow and returned today at 3, for the train today, tomorrow, if the schedule is right, today it goes tomorrow and returns tomorrow night. What? Said I, my friend, it seems to me you're talking through your hat. There is a town named Morrow, and online now tell me that. There is a but take from me a quiet little trip. To go to there tomorrow is a 14-hour trip. The train today tomorrow leaves today at 8:05, and 10:30 tomorrow is the time it should arrive. So from here to there tomorrow is a 14-hour jump, and you go today tomorrow and get to back today, you chump. What? Said I'd like to go tomorrow, but can I go today and get tomorrow by tonight if there is no delay? Hey, so well said he to me, and I've got no more to say. Can get anywhere tomorrow and get back again today. Said I guess you know it all, but kindly let me say, how can I get tomorrow if I leave this town today? Said he, you cannot go tomorrow, and you cannot go tomorrow anymore today, 'cause the train that goes tomorrow is a mile upon its way. I was so disappointed, I was mad enough to swear. The train had gone tomorrow and had left me standing there. The man was right in telling me I was a howlin' jay. I could not get tomorrow, so I guess in town I'll stay. Wow! Well, I can see why Kay recommended it. Let's be completely frank about that. It's not too bad. Now, there are 2 lyrics that got cut out, and it's it's like literally the 4th and 5th ones. That's a long song. Not bad for not having any practice or having it in a format that I can actually read all in one shot. There's a feature called Auto Scroll that I have occasionally seen here on UltimateGuitar.com. But I have noticed that it goes really, 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 really stupidly slow. And if I was going to do that with this song, I would have to continue to scroll this thing. But I think the song has a lot of potential. I really like it. I think it's going to be an answer. How are y'all doing? Doing all right? Yeah, it is a pretty good song. The last song, we've reached the moment we've all been waiting for, the final song in the set. Well, some of you have been waiting for it. Some of you are like, aw, and a couple of you are like, yay, and then a few more are like, what? So what I want to do here is I am going to play a song that I recently wrote, and it's honestly, this is a song I wished I had written when I wrote the traditional Irish gibberish song, because this is a song that, when I figured out the tag for it, Yeah, if I actually had it in front of me and I didn't have to turn pages, I'd be reasonable about it, JD. But excuse me for a moment. Pardon me while I whip this out. Oh no! Yes, it's time to bring out, yes, the baritone ukulele, and try very hard. This mother tuned again. There's a built-in tuner. Now this is not the Dread Peasant Festus. Close enough for a bloody live stream. Not bad for a first take, yeah. So this song is one that initially just came from a single phrase, and it is the phrase "I couldn't run away from with the Fae," and the follow-up, "The Fae ran away from me." And when I wrote it, I realized that this was pretty much. Where's there to be up higher? Yeah, I think it is. Because if I play it on this ukulele over here, you have to very carefully place it. I play a D. Yeah, it is. Okay. There's two ways to play this song because it's an Irish tune. It starts in D. And you can either play it pretty or drunk and resentful. I bet you can all guess how I'm going to do it because it's an Irish tune. Drunk and resentful it is. I have to pretend to be drunk, but I can definitely be resentful. Also, I'm harmonizing with this because I'm actually singing about a key higher than this thing is tuned. Because I'm a tenor, I have a short neck. My life was a shambles, I wished I... Well, really? There we go. Okay, we'll try that again. I have to remember, I have to change mental gears because this is tuned lower. So this is basically a 6-string guitar without the lowest 2 strings. So let's try. Really? My life was a shambles, I wished I were dead. I decided to live with the fairies instead. So I found me a circle, a space I had known. Well, I pled my case, the fairies had flown. My dreams of adventure had all blown away. The problem was quite plain to see. Oh, I couldn't run away with the fae, the fair and away from me. Really? I went to a mushroom ring out in the field, brought cakes and honey and hoped it would yield a chance to leave my world and live with the fae. Cakes, honey, and fairies were all gone next day. My dreams of adventure had all blown away. The problem was quite plain to see. Oh, I couldn't run away with the fae ran away from me. Why? Well, the queen of the fairies, she heard my lament. In a big cloud of glitter, she popped up and went. We've heard your petition, but have to say nay. Stop begging to get us to haul you away. My dreams of adventure had all blown away. The problem was quite plain to see. Oh, I couldn't run away with the fae ran away from me. You know you've been watching, you're known far and wide. I said that's a bit on the stalkerish side. You can't live here forever, you can visit, you see. But remember the caterans BYOB. My dreams of adventure had all blown away. The problem was quite plain to see. Oh, I couldn't run away with the fae ran away from me. I asked why I could not flee into the fae. She said, for ya, boy, oh, you can't go that way. She said, you are a rare one, but we'll tell you true. And Morrow life's complex enough without you. What the heck? My dreams of adventure had all blown away. The problem was quite plain to see. Oh, I couldn't run away with the fae ran away from me. Resentfully, my dreams of adventure had all blown away. The problem was quite plain to see. Oh, I couldn't run away with the fae staggering in, bearing a road cone we can't attribute to anywhere, and a couple of unattributable bruises, with one foot in a bucket, and the other one dragging a very resentful small yappy dog through the garden gate into the front yard before collapsing on the dilapidated park bench known as the Troubadork show. I feel that was about as good as it gets. Not bad for being just a little bit sideways on a couple of things. But as we say here, I am not very good at this. Thank you all for hanging out with me once again. We will continue to do this until such time as the world starts to make a little bit more sense. Thank you all for hanging out with me. Watching me stagger through this actually gives my staggering through it some meaning, and I appreciate that a great deal. Without y'all watching, this makes even less sense than some of the TikToks I've seen. I'm on TikTok now. I should warn you about that. We'll talk about that in a moment. Of course, we do live in a capitalistic society, so let's just get a couple things out of the way here. Tip jars over here, paypal.com/theadequate, and Venmo @theadequate. The Venmo account I turned back on, and that is actually where Eric paid me $100 to write and perform Socially Emotionally Distant. I want to thank Eric, Robert, Rick, Emily, and Miranda for helping support adequacy in our lifetime. I also want to thank my increasingly large, my growing and bewildering group of Patreon patrons. And I need to add one. Yes, I do. I thought I had covered everything, but I apparently had not. Get this. Check this out. This is where things get live. Once again, live. Where I thank the people who are actually making this box too damn big to fit. The thank you. It's too damn big to fit in the damn box. Look at that. We fixed the box. Watch this. There we go. And I want to thank JD, Joe, Alexi, Austin, Chris, Teppo, Shay, Linda, Ann, Stephen, Rob, Alicia, Relly, BK, Kaylee, Richard, John, Brian, and Lorene for being my Party On, Party Down Patreon patron peeps. A group so big I had to change the font and increase the box, and we're going to have to pretty much reformat this whole dang thing. By the way, in the event that we actually make it to 1 year, I'm going to redo all the furniture here. Patreon is where people will decide that they are going to support this by throwing some bucks in the bucket every month. It can be as little or as much as you are comfortable doing. I am not requiring or demanding any or recommending any donations because everybody's lives are different. Everybody's lives are interesting and complicated. Patreon peeps do get stuff. They get buttons and books and ebooks, physical books. The $10 a month level is the You're So Damn Smart You Write Something. So JD, guess what? You get to tell me to write a song about something, and then I have to write it. Them's the rules. There are also previews. I have written like 3 or 4 little bitty songs that I've thrown up on the Patreon that Patreon folks are going to see long before anybody else does, and possibly some that they're only going to see. There's one that's a little dubious that I put up because I was inspired to do it earlier this morning and literally ranted it into voice recorder and just threw it out there. Here, go ahead, have fun. So that's patreon.com/theadequate. The archives are all over here at facebook.com and twitch.tv/TobiasTheAdequate. YouTube.com/MPLEGARE. The Troubadork playlist is caught up to last week, by golly. That's why I didn't manage to do any of the other stuff I was supposed to do in this thing to fix all this business. SoundCloud.com/Matthew-Laguerre has, among other things, the song known as Ham. When you hear it, you'll know. I'm doing some I've got podcast stuff over at anchor.fm/theadequate. I did a podcast for about 2 years. Did a little thing called What's Cool in Comics with Shadow for some of that. Did a 13-episode run of Ask Philo. We're going to bring Philo back in a little while, but we are working on a new project called the Institute for Irate Science, and we're putting together episode 1. This is a cooperative thing. If you are curious or interested in participating, hit me up on the book face. I will link you into that group. I am at The Adequate on Twitter, at The Adequate on Facebook. I'm at Tobias The Adequate on TikTok. I'm at The Adequate on Instagram. I'm all over the damn place. And, oh yeah, THUD Bucket. Hey! Like our friend here, Otaking009 said, we have an album. It's a comedy death metal album. I'm working on the 3rd video out of it. Actually, the 4th video may come out before the 3rd one. It all really depends. Got 2 videos out. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. We're on every sound streaming service with the word music in it, and Spotify. So you can listen to the entire THUD Bucket album and spend not 1 damn cent. And then we make 0.04 cents. So, hey, capitalistic society. That's everything. Don't worry about it, Tom. You can always catch it in reruns because I know that I am big in syndication because there are people who come to check the show out afterwards because not everybody can hang out here from 4:30 to 5, and I understand that. Y'all have lives. Y'all have stuff to do. That's everything this time around. Thank you for hanging out with me. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Be safe out there. Be careful. Be kind. If you can't be kind, be civil. If you can't be civil, be careful. And be good to yourselves. Because y'all are worth it. Because you're giving me value. If nothing else, you've given me a sense of value by watching this darn thing and participating and chatting with it here and making comments in other places and all that stuff. And that's helping to keep the good stuff rolling on this planet. And there is hope. I'm seeing hope. I'm seeing something rising, and it looks an awful lot like hope. I remember what hope looks like. I've seen pictures, and I've heard stories about it. So take care of yourselves. Y'all have been wonderful. I have been Tobias the Adequate, and once again, I thank you for encouraging my behavior, and I will see you next time.